Hello my little stars, my name is Classy and how are you guys today? I'm doing quite well for myself. We're going to be having an unscripted video today about a little piece of Welsh culture called the Eisteddfod. Now, an Eisteddfod is, in Welsh culture, a kind of a festival of literature, music, performance. We do have one on the first week of every August. That's a national Eisteddfod, but I'm going to be talking about the ones I used to have in high school. So basically, in high school, we would have not just the things I've mentioned, but like competitions for different things. Like we would have cooking contests, we would have art contests, we would have writing things. The history department would have people put together little projects and see who could do it best. I once entered one of the history ones with a project about Roman Emperor Superbus. That was his actual name. I'm sure it was like Superbus, but you know, Superbus sounds a bit more fun. But yeah, so there was like little competitions in each department. So in each part of the school, you would find something you could do to earn house points. So yeah, I did say house points. Basically, in my school, we split up students into 4 different houses. So I'm not quite sure if I remember them all correctly, but we had Owain Glyndwr, we had Rhys ap Gruffydd, yep, that's correct. I was in one called, oh gosh, I was in one called Caradog, because, you know, I can't remember my own, but I can't remember the 4th, but there was 4 different ones, they were all had like the same basic colours, so it was kind of a little bit like Harry Potter, except this was more like a legit competition, not like just like, oh, who can get the nice banners at the end of the year. So I was in Caradog House. They did change when I was in year 9, but I can't remember what they used to be at that point because it's been like a couple of years since then. I'm 23 now and I left school at 16. But yeah, I think they used to be named after the different valleys in Wales. I think, oh yeah, they were actually, because I was in Rumney House. Oh, because I remember I switched from red to blue. But enough about that. Basically, if you won the competition, you won more points for your house. So basically, I entered the history one. I didn't even place for that one, which, you know, I was kind of disappointed at, but the people who did win, they did deserve it. But the thing is, my music teacher and I had a bit of a thing going on. Now, I'll have to make a video about my music teacher one day. But basically, I always tried out for performing because I was that kid. I was in every musical performance, I was in every play, I was in every concert, I was involved with everything stage-wise to some degree. I even took music for my GCSEs, but yeah, that's a different story for a different day. I'll actually have to include that in my little video about my music teacher. But basically, I would never get a play, like, I would never pass the auditions for the pop portions, or like, well, I say pop, it was like all different things, basically, it was whatever sounded good. But my music teacher would always, and I mean without fail, every single year, coerce me into doing the traditional Welsh song contests. So there would be like songs with, like, for example, someone would sing Chasing Cars and things like that for the music, for one of the music competitions. And then there would be a dance contest in between, and then we would have a traditional Welsh song contest, basically. And without fail, I was that portion every year, and I think the reason behind that was because I sound better when I sing softly, and also because I had a bit of an aptitude for languages, so I didn't mess up my pronunciation that often, which, I mean, you can hear me speaking English now. I don't exactly do well with languages now. But yeah, so I would basically be made to do the traditional Welsh song contest every year without fail, and I didn't really pick up on that until my final year, because that was the last year I ever participated. It was like one of the last things I ever did on the stage. It wasn't the last one, but it was one of them. But basically, I typically won it because sometimes I was the only contest winner. I was like the only person participating in an entire category. And another year there was another girl basically there was another girl who would participate from now and then. She was nice. We were friends to an extent. I didn't really have many friends when I was in high school, but she was nice. She was always kind to me. So she was actually a very good singer herself. I cannot remember if she beat me or if I beat her. I think it was down to a vote sometimes, and sometimes I won, sometimes she won. I do know that there were years where I did win on default because no one else joined in. And the thing about this is because from year 8 onwards, I actually had stage fright, so I hated doing these, and yet I would always audition, and I don't know why. So, yeah, there was that. And honestly, I really enjoyed these contests as well, because, like, my house typically won. We were a very good house. We would do all the stage things, and basically, we were very good. We were a very lucky house. However, because at the end of the year we would also have a sports day, and the same thing would happen with the houses there as well. But basically, I like to add up all the points that we got from Eisteddfod and all the points from sports day and figure out which house was the better house for the year. And I think that was just me being, competitive, because, as you do. But yeah, I mean, I had a good time with that. I thought I would talk about this time because I had noticed that it was coming up, because every time the school had it was right bang on or as close to St. David's Day as possible, and it being towards the end of February at the time of recording, I thought it'd be nice to share a little bit of my culture, a little bit about the country that I am born in and I love so very much. I mean, we are a very pretty country. But yeah, I'm rambling at this point, so I figure I'm going to stop, and I hope you guys all have a nice day. Thank you for clicking and listening to me ramble for at least 7 minutes, and have a very nice day. Bye!